Hey everyone, welcome to Good Knit Kisses. Today is going to be a fun day. We have a packed broadcast episode for you today. I'm so glad you're here and joining me. If you are new to me, I am Kristen with Good Knit Kisses, and I teach how to knit and loom knit and crochet and general crafting sometimes, and just love to talk and converse with you guys and see what's up with you and encourage you and inspire you, give you new tutorials, and really we've been doing a lot of stitch alongs. Every video has been a complete stitch along, and we have a slow stitch along. It is a fun packed 6 weeks going on with a big stitch along right now. This past Friday we had a hat stitch along. Let's get this out. We had the hat come out, so this box stitch knit hat came out as well. I also have a video on the Friendship Bracelets mission, so you have to be sure and check that out. They came out at the same time on YouTube, so it might have got a little confusing there. And then recently we had the easygoing knit hat. And so I want to talk a bit about all of these. We do have the link now for the easygoing knit hat up, and it is on our blog for it. So I've updated the link. You can download the needle version. We're still working on the loom version. And when the loom version link is ready, we will also have a video coming out. So that's just real quick. I'll probably recap this again, so if people missed that part. So welcome. I'm going to say hello to you. Good morning. It's going to be a packed episode here. All right. So let me scroll up here. Hey, Mickey, I'm so glad you're here. You guys be sure and share this. And if you are a loom knitter, I love you. And I want to tell you, first of all, yes, I will have notes for you for loom knitting on the stitch along. Yay! You get to join along. And we want to be sure, and all the knitters combine, whether needle or loom. I don't know if you're going to do it on the machine, but I would do it on needle or loom. And if you are joining us, I would love, please do this. Go to the Bernat Blanket Stitch Along page, like that page, and then when you do your work, or even as your progress is going, or when you pick out the colors you're going to do, post a photo of your work and use the hashtag Handmade with Joanne. And if you could also hashtag it with Good Knit Kisses, and that way I can see your posting, because I'll try and search so I can find that. You can also tag my page at Good Knit Kisses. You just hit the @ symbol and start typing Good Knit Kisses with no spaces, and it should pop up. And so it's a really great way to tag me online. That works. Yeah, if you'll tag my page, or you can tag at Kristen Mangus and tag that, but really the Good Knit Kisses is the best one. Be sure and share this video if you want to be able to keep it for reference on your own page. If you want to share it to a group, I would love you forever. That Addicted to Knitting page is a really great page. Love you guys if someone shares it there. And then my Good Knit Kisses Loom Knit and Craft Club, it'll be up. Hopefully some of y'all are watching from there. So hi everyone in the club. I know that's such a cheesy girl way to say that. Hey Lexi, I see you. Hey Angie and Joanne and Mickey and Chris. Hey Heather. Hey Rosario. New York City. Hey. Hey Angel and Michelle and Alyssa. Oh, you love the knit along pattern already? Yes. So, okay, so the stitch along. Now, if you open it up and you might have been either relieved or like, so here, I'll just say that it depends on your level. It's going to grow with you. It's really great. So if you are a little bit more experienced knitter, let's grab another person along. If you've been waiting for a tutorial to help you, like grab your sister, brother, friend who wants to knit, or needs a little bit help, like elevating what's going on when they're knitting and they want to learn new stitches, this is a great one to try. The first this first week is going to kind of wet your palette, wet your whistle to start the stitch along. And in the link on the description below, and any links inside here, Joanne will be posting. We have a link to the blog right now. On the blog, I have notes for knitters, and we have some notes, or we'll have some more notes for loom knitters. But the video right now is up. And it is embedded in that video. You can also catch it on the Bernat Stitch Along page. You can also catch it on my YouTube channel. That's in several places. I would love to see a ton of knitters. There is some crochet going on with the crochet crowd, but man, we got to show them knitting proud, right? So I'm love that you love it, and it's really fun. I wish that I could show you all the things, but It will grow with you. You do need, I will answer a very quick question. You do need 3 colors for this one, and you're going to want 3 colors. It's going to look good. You need it. I can't say anything else. So it may look like, oh, I could do today's with 1 color. You could, but it's not going to make sense with the rest of the blanket when it's all put into place. So if that answers somebody's question, also week to week, you could conceivably add to your stash and like just buy the colors you need for this week and then get the colors for next week and like kind of grow for the project. So if your budget does not allow getting a ball each week and you're like, I got to wait until I have coupons, go ahead and do that. And these will be able to be for reference. You can always reference the week later. They're not going to disappear after a week. You don't have to worry. I'm never going to remove them from my channel. So the one place you will be able to find them always is on my blog at goodknitkisses.com. And then we have the direct link to that part of the blog, or at my YouTube channel. All right. So I'm going to keep saying, hey, Crystal, you're finally catching me live. Awesome. Hey, good morning, Steve Elizabeth. Hey, Angie and Ellie. Hey. Thanks for the link, Joe. She put on the easygoing knit hat pattern link. That is for this one right here. So if you've been waiting for this link, it's there. Okay, and then we will have, so if you don't know, the needle pattern and blog and video is live now. And I'm waiting on this one. Okay, so we'll have this soon-ish. And then as soon as I have the link for this, we'll have the stitch along video. Now, the pattern that came out this last Friday is the box stitch knit hat. Now that we have more people on here, I'm going to get back to the stitch along here in a minute for loom. This is the box stitch knit hat. This is another hat that came out this Friday, and it kind of got covered up a little bit because we accidentally had our friendship bracelet mission overlap on it. So we had 2 videos come out this last Friday on YouTube. So if you want to check it out, this one's cool. I show how to make this speckledy pom-pom here, but you can also use like one of these faux fur pom-poms on there, or even do a solid. I want to say, I think this one would be a really good one for the sports season. Like, what do you think? Like, this would be really good in showing your solid sports colors, whether it's for pro teams or college or your local teams and support. If you're a maker and you make stuff to sell, you could always make them in your local team colors and sell them at a ball game, right? Or give them as gifts to the team or whatever you want to do, or the cheerleaders. So anyway, there's that. And so you can convert that onto the loom as well. And we've got notes on the blog for that. So that's the box stitch knit hat. So I'm going to put that one away. So we've covered that. Got a little bit of housekeeping today. It's a packed episode and I'm racing through. Hi, Marie. I'm going to say hello to a few more people and get caught up. Hey, Pearl. She's in Canada. Welcome. Hey, Angie. Ellie, good morning, sunshine. She's got her coffee. All right. She gave her a little coffee icon. I got to take a sip. Y'all, there's so much coming up that I want to say and I can't. Hey, Ada, I see you jumped on, and Lori and Susan. Hey, Robin. Robin helped me several months ago work on this loom knit version of the easygoing knit hat. So thank you so much, Robin. You are awesome and amazing. And she loved this hat. She made a ton of them because she just really enjoyed them. So she was making them for her family and turning them out. So thank you so much. She's awesome. Y'all give her some love. Hit that heart button if you're a loomer and you love that she was helping with that. Hey, Martha, good morning. Yes, as always, it's a knitting party. Love, love, love. Yeah. Whoop, whoop. Hey, Carol. Hey, Alyssa. Yeah, the knit along is such an easy pattern so far. Yes, and it is a learning pattern. So we learn as we go. Oh, look at all the love for her. Look, good job, Robin. Yes, and so you will be learning as you go. You're going to be like stretching those skills. And so this week is just kind of reaffirmation for the basic skills, if that's what you already know. And if you are very new to it, it kind of gets you in and gets you eased up. So I think having a video pretty much brings the level down on something. Like something's intermediate and I make a video for it, it makes it more like an easier pattern. You know what I mean? If it was an easy pattern, it makes it more like a beginner. And so it helps ease that tension, because you have like that extra thing to kind of come alongside you, right? So, and let you know, yes, you are doing this right. Hey, Jill, good morning. Hi, Angie and Jean. Hey, Lindsay, good morning. Oh, okay, she has a question to the stitch along. I'll get back to the bracelets in just a second. Hello and good morning. I asked on the Bernat stitch along post, but I guess I can ask here too. Let's see. If we're using thinner yarn, should we be trying to keep each color change as a square? Thanks so much. Yes. Okay, so you're going to want to, oh, my iPad went down. Hold on. Let me get my pattern back out. Okay, so the blanket has an approximate measurement. Without saying too much, don't worry about the overall measurement, but the gauge is the part you need to look at. So it's 2 inches per 2 stitches per inch. So you just need to accommodate that math. So if you have a thinner yarn, you're going to need more. Like say you get 4 stitches per inch with your thinner yarn and your gauge, then you're going to need to double the cast on amount. So then I would cast on for this first week, cast on with 13 stitches. And then, so it's a cast on with 13 stitches. So you would double that. And we actually need an odd number. And so I would make that like 27 instead of 26. So 13 doubled is 26. And then you would make that 27. So that's making it an easy math problem, but it could be like a goofier thing. So it's more about, you've got to calculate it out. I can't calculate everybody's out for them though. But it's going to get you something that is, what is the width on that? Anyway, it's 13 stitches. So you got to do the math. So 13 times 2, anyway, I'm sorry. Hang on. I'm looking at the thing. Okay. So anyway, yes, you can do it, and you have to knit to the 6 inches, but if you cast on 13, it's going to be a little thin strip. Does that make sense? So, and I definitely make it into the 2 colors. You're going to want to keep it in 2 colors. Don't just, don't try and do it as solid. Someone had asked me that. Good morning, Carol. Hey, and Michelle and Pearl. Oh, hey, Carol, another Carol, our Carol. I want to loom it, but not sure what loom I'll need. Thank you. Great segue. Okay. If you are a loom knitter, my apologies. The other looms I'm going to state are like away under something and behind something else. So I can't get to that right now physically. So I'm going to tell you what you need. So you need a large gauge loom. It is a 5/8 or 11/16. What loom will get you there is the Nifty Knitter 48 peg loom that has enough pegs for all the weeks. Okay, that's a hint. There's a Cindy Wood version of that same one, and this is a 5/8. Now, one that's just a hair bigger is the Nifty Knitter long loom series. And when you get a pack, either the Nifty Knitter or boy, yeah, you can get a boy loom, the long looms, and you can get either the 50 peg or the 63 peg, and those colors were like green and blue in the Nifty Knitter. I don't know what they are in the boy because it's not in front of me right now. But anyway, those, if you have that, you can do it. So hit love if you've got one of those looms, and you can do all the weeks with those looms. So either the 50 peg long loom green or the 60 peg long loom blue. That's 11/16 size. And then the Nifty Knitter has the 48 peg 5/8, or you can use the Cindy Wood loom. If you have, I don't think Cindy Wood has 11/16. So these two kind of barely get you there. If you're going to work on these, work loosely, okay, and then you will get the same size. If you work tight, your blanket may be a slightly smaller, and that's okay. It's still just a blanket size, so it's not a hard and fast that you have to have it exactly identical to it, because it is a blanket. It's not a sweater. It's not a fitted item or anything. So, but anyway, that will get you close to it. Now, some may ask, hey, I have this one, or the blue version. This is also the same gauge as this one, okay? But it only has 24 pegs, and it will work for this week. So if you are waiting to buy a Cindy Wood version or something, or find this one, you could, or you just want something smaller, this week you can work on this loom. I have to hesitate to tell you any details for further clues until those weeks happen. So I will be on here live talking about them every week, but we will have other things to talk about each week. And I just want you to know. So does that help you, Lexi? Be sure and give me a thumbs up if you are a loom knitter right now and you're going to try joining us. Will you guys give me a thumbs up or a heart if you're going to join us on the knitting loom? I would love it. Yay! We got a couple different ones. Yay! I see Ellie's pop up. I see Joanne. I can see your little faces when they pop up sometimes if I'm already a friend. That's so great. I love it. Yay! I'm so glad. Okay, do me a favor. Will you do me a favor? Please go to the Bernat Stitch Along page, and the links are all on my blog, and Joanne just put that link back in the comments there. And you can click on that, and it'll give you the link to everything that you need to know. You're like, Kristen, there's a lot of links. I'm like, yes, honey, I know. Yes, go to my blog. I got you covered. And you'll be able to find that Bernat page Stitch Along on Facebook too. By the way, the video is playing there. It's playing on my YouTube channel. It's playing on the blog. You're going to be able to find it. So whether you get it there from me or from that page once you're on there, that's great. You post your stuff to the Stitch Along page, okay? Hashtag me. If you want to put it on Instagram, that's awesome too. Just be sure and hashtag Good Knit Kisses or tag me at Good Knit Kisses. Hey, Alicia, I see you jumping on. Loretta. Tagging to watch later. Awesome. Good morning from Louisiana. Hey, Tammy. I see she's joining too. Good point. What loom do we need? Okay, I already answered that. Let's see. Karen Sweet. Hey, Karen. Hey, Tina and Marie. Been busy watching you live. Hey, Cassid. Hey. There's the link to the box stitch knit hat that's in there. Hey, good morning, Kim. And love the gray and white one. Oh yeah, you love the box stitch knit hat. You guys, you like that? Hit the. Let's do it. Let's do a pop quiz. Which hat is your favorite? Okay, we're gonna do the ha for the box and do the love for the easygoing. Had to make you think. What's the ha? Do you like the ha or do you like, or you might like both? I don't know. Ha box. I have like a little competition between the two. Oh, look at all the ha-has. Awesome. Yay. Oh, did it win? Like, what's the battle? Like, which one won? It's a battle. That's pretty great, huh? Anyway. Oh, look at all those. Ooh, the ha-has won. Da-da-da. Winner. Ding, ding, ding. And in this corner. Okay. Next thing. Brioche. You guys, I am so excited to bring to you this Friday on the 22nd. Yes, the 22nd. We will have a video out on a 2-color brioche. Do you want to see it? Do you want to see? So I will be filming this really today and tomorrow and editing, getting all that up. But we are working on 2-color brioche, and this is a cowl, and it is in the fall winter fashion catalog, or not catalog, but it's the lookbook with yarn inspirations, and we'll be working on that. And this is with Bernat Softy Chunky. Are you guys ready? Hit that love button if you want to see a preview. I chose some other colors and instead of the one that's in the lookbook, and I love it. Everybody who's seen me stitching it along, my friends and neighbors or wherever I've been, has really loved the colors. So here we go. Ready? Isn't that yummy? So this is, it's on needles right now. And then this is going to be, I'm working on it on the loom too. Yeah, you heard me. So watch this. Ready? This is what 2-color brioche does. Okay. Look, it's reversible. It's completely reversible. I love how these colors turned out, right? So you knit this thing up. It's like, it's really almost twice as big as a regular cowl, but it's like so soft and plush, and you can double it over and then you get the look of it turned over as well. Isn't that cool? So we'll be working on this. So mark your calendars. Yeah. Oh, I got a wow button. Yeah. Look. Let's see if I can put it. I don't want to put it on though. It's on the needles right now, and I'm afraid I'm gonna drop my stitch. So anyway, this is that, and that's going to happen this Friday. So there's a lot going on. I know. I'm here for you. Now, I want to go back to the stitch along. You can get all the questions answered for the stitch along on the stitch along page. I'm going to talk about loom and show you right now. So if you don't know how to do the loom knitting part, we'll do that right now. And so live. And be sure and post all your questions on the Bernat Stitch Along page. Okay. So if you're a loom knitter, right, I'm loom knitting this, tag me, ask me your questions. Either Joanne Gay or myself will be answering questions. It's usually going to be me, but if Joanne Gay answers it, you'll know why, because she's on my team, right? And especially for loom. If you're needle knitting, just say, I'm knitting, and ask the question. And then other knitters and loomers will come and join and answer the question too. It's a community thing, right? And we love community, and we want to be each other's neighbors in this, right? Because our own neighbor may not do any of this stuff. But here on our online community, we get to join together, join forces. So I would love to have you guys on there. It's the Bernat Stitch Along page, and we've got that link, and you can also find it in the link below for our blog, and then that link is in there, so that it's all in one big spot. Keep saying, hey Tina. Oh, you're new on this channel. I am so glad you're here. Hey Tina Coots, you're new. How did you find me? Are you a needle knitter or loom knitter? What do you like to do? Alicia says the box hat looks great for a guy. Yeah, it looks great for a guy, but also like even putting that faux fur pom-pom on. I mean, we had the picture of it was with the girl, and she looks just as cute too. So, I'm like, I don't want to mess my hair up, but I might put the hat on here in a second. Welcome, Tina. Chris says, thank you. Hey, Sissy in California. Is this all knitting? Tina, yes, my channel is mostly knitting. It's on needles or a loom, but I also do crochet, and sometimes we do other things. So even though it says good knit kisses, we do more things than that. It's just about the love we put in our stitches, right? I do want to talk real quick before I move on. I've got friendship bracelets here. Now, if you're wondering what this is about and you're brand new to me, I've been talking about how, now I went on a mission trip last year, and we went and came alongside people who were rescued from the sex trafficking industry. They were either human trafficked, or there's also people who were previously prostitutes or other people just in that industry. And so we just came alongside them. We brought shawls and just loved on them where they were. Actually, there was a lot of children and stuff, so we gave them stuff. But this year, my group, I'm not going, but it's a 2-week trip, and they're going out of the country, and we are going to make something smaller. We're making these friendship bracelets, and we're calling it Stitches with a Mission. And my daughter taught how to make this real simple friendship bracelet here, this real cute knotted one, 2-color. It's using lily sugar and cream cotton, so 2 balls and one ball of each color. That would make a ton of these. Okay, you can make whatever you like. Here's another style friendship bracelet, and then send them in to PO Box 90 in Keller, Texas 76244. And the link I don't have in here, but if you go to my main channel for Goodknit Kisses on this Facebook page, you'll see my address, and it's listed there. So if you want to do it, mark it for Pink Missions and GKK Pink Missions, and then that will go to that trip. And we just need to get them in by October 15th so that I have time to sort them and give them to the team. So I'm going to give them to my friend Brandy, and she joins me on here. I'm going to give them to her. But if I have enough sent, I'll divide them among the whole team. And they're going to be given to, it could be a woman, a child, even a man who might be rescued. And it's a $150 billion industry, and only about 1% of people are rescued. And these are actually going, not because we don't want to, but that's because it's so hard. But these bracelets will go to someone who has been rescued, and then they'll tie on the bracelet and then be able to come alongside them and minister and tell them that they are worthy and priceless and treasured, and what happened to them is not their fault, and that is not a measure of them, right? And so that's what that's about. So anyway, you'll have to check out that video for more information and to see my daughter. She did the video and taught how to do it. So I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but that's happening. So if you want to know what that is, and I would love you to pieces, so send those in. And real inexpensive. Use some scraps and send 1 or 2 in an envelope, and you'd be awesome. I love you. Hey, Donna in Houston. Oh, hey, I hope you're doing well, Donna. Are you guys nice and dry? Picking up things, I'm sure. Lots of cleanup in Houston. We were just there. We were out in Spring, Texas, and I called our Airbnb people. Well, I messaged them and I was like, "Are you guys okay?" So yeah, we were there 4th of July. It's so crazy. I was just there. Let's see. I'm scrolling through. Hey, Elizabeth, I'm seeing you jump on. Hey, Angel, cannot wait to look for this pattern. Awesome. Oh, you had to deal with a dead furnace. Oh my gosh, Marie. Oh. Hey, Sandy. Hey, okay, Carol says, I can loom knit, can't hand knit. Hey, you're in good company. A lot of other people who can't hand knit because of whatever reason. Yeah, so it's awesome and amazing, and we can do the same thing on the loom that we can on the needle. So let me get started into that. There's all those. Thanks for Robin. Hey, Debbie, I see you jumping on. Joanne says, yeah, Joanne's reminding everyone she's loom knitting for the stitch along, and we'll see how that goes for the loom week by week, and we are excited for the challenge. I'm excited for the challenge. Let me scroll up and see other questions. Oh, quick question from Martha. She says, I know you said you have how-to books. Do you have DVDs too? Yeah, actually, you know what? That's a really good question. I do not have DVDs. I do have, well, technically, I will be on a DVD soon. Knit and Crochet Now show, which is airing now. If it's not in your neck of the woods, you can call your local PBS station or Create TV and request for the next season to come on. A lot of them are going to start later on in December. We can get links and talk about it another time, but you can actually download now those seasons, and I'll be on 4 of the episodes for season 8. So if you're looking for Knit and Crochet Now show, I'll be on season 8. You can get the DVDs, or you can download them digitally, or you can wait for them to come out on PBS Live. So I will be teaching in that way, but it's a very quick thing, but I love it. You really should go because it's lots of inspiration and stuff. And I'll be talking more about that in the upcoming weeks. Let's see. Oh, I did have a question about the stitch along, about yarn. Yes, the Bernat blanket yarn from Joanne is awesome and amazing. They have lots of colors. They even have like bright colors you can use too. Like, sorry, this is a mess, but this is actually one of the baby blanket yarns for Joanne's, and I really love it. I get all, there's a pink one somewhere. I don't know where it went. Oh, it's way out of range. Anyway, there's a pink one too. So there's all kinds of beautiful colors at Joann's. Look online, look in the store. But if you're like, I don't want to do it in the Bernat blanket yarn, maybe you want to do it in Softy Chunky. Maybe you want to do it in like the Karen Simply Soft and do it in a smaller gauge. That's okay too, okay? So do that. And then also remember that coupons and things come out. I get coupons in the mail. I get them in my email. I get them in text. And then I use their app. And so if you're in the States, it's great because we have all these coupons. So it can help you save a little bit of money. Let's see. Scrolling down. Angie asks about the Michaels loom. Sure. If it has, if it's, well, I can't say sure. Probably the long loom set. If it's a 4-pack long loom set, you're going to want one of the 2 larger ones. So as long as it has like 48 pegs or more, I'm just throwing that number out because I know that number covers it. As long as it has 48 pegs or more and it's a large gauge size, you can probably use a 3/4 inch link, 3/4 gauge, which is extra large gauge. But those 36 peg looms won't work for one of the weeks. So that's why I'm saying use this other one so they're all the same gauge. Let's see. What else can I have? I'm seeing if there's any other things before I move on to showing you physically stuff. Here's a link to the Stitch Along page. Thank you so much. Yeah, Jennifer, everybody says that. Yeah, it says, when you name all the names, this is Jennifer Bean Blake. I'm so glad you're here. She says, when you say all the names, it reminds me of Romper Room. I see you today, Jennifer. How are you? Angie, need to measure distance of pegs and count how many pegs. Yeah. And I've got in my book, if you want to know, if you go to goodknitKisses.com and go to the search bar and write loom gauge. It takes you to a page. This is from my book. I have a part in the book, and the part of the chart is on that page, this little chart here. And it gives you like needle sizes, 10 through 13 actually fall. And this is a needle size. What are we on 11 on here? Yeah, size 11. I knew that. 8 millimeter. But it falls in line with a large gauge loom, which is 5/8 or 11/16. But you could up the size. Like if you're a tight knitter, you could go up to say like a 13 needle, and that would put you in the extra large gauge loom, which is extra large gauge looms fall in, like if you're measuring center peg to center peg, 3/4, 13/16, 7/8, and 15/16. All those looms fall into place. Most looms don't measure in that way. They measure, like most of them are like in the 3/4 when you find an extra large gauge. And then I have a whole list of like all the, like there's pages and pages of this chart that has a lot of the brands. And if you don't see your brand listed, it may be because it falls into another category, and I like it's the same as another one. So I kind of call that out in my book. But anyway, there's like four or 5 pages of all these. What else can I tell you before I move on? Tina says I'm still learning how to do other things other than hat on my loom. Yeah, you should totally make this blanket. If you look at this week, you could even like make it longer, make this week's into a scarf if you feel like it. So this week's makes a 48-inch long panel, and so yeah, if you like to, you could make that into a little scarf if you wanted to, and just test it. Let's see. Alicia says she likes both the hats. Yes, you can do the box stitch knit on the loom, Eva. We're going to be having notes on the loom. There should be some notes already on the website for that. Robin says, yes, brioche. Chris, hot darn, brioche excludes me. You don't want to do brioche on needles? Chris, I thought you were a needle knitter. All right. Okay. Alicia says, how do we get the pattern for the knit along on the loom? Okay, so what I want to do, go ahead and download the pattern. This is the, you know what, let me just flip the camera. Let's flip the camera. That's a great question. I'm going to go through, man, I don't want to miss any questions, so I'm just scrolling through until I get to the bottom here. Oh, she just answered. Donna says, we're good. Missouri City didn't take much damage. Good. I'm so glad. Okay. Oh, Lisa, thank you so much. She's going to take pics each week during the knit along for the loom. Yay, Lisa. Way to go. And Bernat, Joanne is saying she's going to use Bernat satin for the stitch along, and she's going to make a baby blanket. So she's going to make hers probably the same stitch count, or make it into a baby blanket. Okay. How many things can be made with the loom, Martha? Oh, that's immeasurable. Countless things. So many, so many. Peggy, what is 5/8 inches? Oh, that's the measurement between the center peg to center peg of your loom. There's more information if you type loom gauge on my site on Good Knit Kisses. Okay. All right. Oh, Chris says, no, I'm happy you're doing brioche because I want to learn. Oh, yay, good. Okay, I have a video right now on one color brioche. It's kind of on a green, it's a brighter green than this yarn on my channel right now for one color brioche and the flat panel back and forth. And this other one is a 2-color brioche in the round. So it's been something I haven't had on my channel. Let me flip this camera and get ready here. Okay, so this is... Pardon me while I get everything set up. Whoops, sorry. All right, so this is my pattern here. Okay, this is what the clue looks like. It's a 2-page clue here for the Bernat stitch along. So if you're working on needles, okay, so the colors that they used here are contrast A is dark gray, contrast B is Sonoma, contrast C is almond, and you have 3 balls of A and then 2 of B and C. Sonoma is the variegated one. Now I did mine and I substituted B and I used the light teal. Okay, so mine has this pop of blue in it. Okay, so I used A and C exactly the same. So when you see my video, I'm actually going to show you what it looks like in this, but you'll see where like this part is going to be that pop of blue, right? So it's going to be this color right here. This is, did I say that one right? Yeah, light teal. Okay, so that's that one. And then, so you're going to work on the something that has 48 pegs on it for your knitting loom, and you need the US size 11 needle for needles. Okay, so here's the deal. What you need to know for loom knitting: everything on the needles is right side that faces you, but when you flip it on the back, which is you have to work on the wrong side on the back, you turn your work. You're forming on needles, you have to form the opposite stitch in order to get the right side going. So needle patterns are written for that. But on a loom, everything that comes out here, everything's on the right side. So if I want my hand to show this way, I just keep making everything the way I want it to look this way. So when I work back and forth, whenever I knit on what's supposed to be the alternate or wrong side stuff for a needle pattern, when it's coming back this way, and it's like if I was on a needle and I was turning around, I'd be knitting it in a different way, but I have to switch it. I'm sorry, I'm saying that really weird, but anyway, I have to flip the stitches. So when we get to, for the loom, when we get to this first row here, it's going to be on the right side row, which is RS. Okay, so it shows that we cast on with our yarn 13 stitches, same thing on the needles or loom. On the loom and needles, we do first row right side, and you're going to knit and purl. You can do E-wrap on this. This is fine. You can knit, you knit loosely or E-wrap and purl and go back and forth until you get to that 13th stitch, and then you will knit that stitch, E-wrap, knit, or U-knit. Okay, so if you notice, see the asterisk between the knit and the purl here, asterisk, you go back and forth, and then you hit that last one. So the first and the last stitch are the same, right? But when you turn that work over on needles, you continue that work, and then the first stitch is a knit stitch, but it forms the opposite on the other side for needles, so it actually is a purl, and then you knit. So it actually becomes a purl on the opposite side. But for needles, they don't have to do that. You just continue in the same pattern. It magically works out. But for the loom, what you need to do is you're going to write on here. So print this pattern off, and then I need you to write on here, second row. Okay. And then you're going to write purl. So you can even like write this down the same way, but then erase the K, and you're going to write P. So part of asterisk, P1 period, K1 period, and then put your little asterisk, and then you're going to say last stitch P1. Okay, so you're doing the opposite. Okay, Tina is asking, what is cast on? That's when you get the yarn onto your needles. So let's do this right now. Okay, so I've got my yarn here as beside me, and you can't see this, so hold on. It was out and then it fell. Okay. Okay, so if you are new to loom knitting, this is what we've got here. I've got my loom, got my yarn, and this is my knitting tool. Okay, call it a hook, call it a loom tool. I'm gonna make our slip knot. Okay, and I'm going to cast on. Now I can E-wrap cast on and go all the way down and back and cast on and get it back to this peg here for the peg 1, or I can start down at the end and do a double E-wrap cast on, whichever one you like the best. Why is someone mad? I hope that was an accident. Lexi just wrote it out for us. Lexi, you're fantastic. Thank you so much. That was so kind. Remember, this is for the loom, you guys. So I'm going to count out. This is 13 stitches. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. And so now I'm just going to double E-wrap cast on here. And we probably need to zoom in, huh? Is that better? So I'm E-wrapping. I'm going in one direction, and I'm double wrapping 2, and I'm lifting the bottom over the top. Double wrap, lift the bottom over the top. Double wrap, bottom over the top. So this is a double E-wrap cast on. Cast on is just getting these stitches, getting the first stitches on, getting the yarn onto your tool, whether that's on the needle, whether that's on the loom, same thing. Almost there. Now there are no slipping stitches. You will work every single one. Why double E-wrap? I'm just doing this to save time right now. You could start on, you could start your slip knot here and E-wrap all the way down to 13, and then E-wrap back, and then lift the bottom loop over the top. You could half hitch cast on. I'm just trying to get the one back over to the right here. The reason why I'm doing it this way instead of going the other way, you could go either direction. I'm going to do this because this matches a needle pattern, and I'm going to keep it consistent throughout the week. So whenever I start on needles, and I'm a right-handed knitter, my stitches all start, like if I was looking at this, like say if this is a knitting chart, I'll look at my knitting chart. The 1 is on the bottom right. So row 1 is here and stitch 1 is here, and you work this direction when you're a right-handed knitter. And then row 2 works this direction. Okay, so I'm working right to left for all my odd rows and left to right for my even rows. Okay, does that help? Okay, and then now for the first row, we are going to knit. Okay, so we're gonna wrap that pen. I'm trying to do this with my pen. Hello. Gonna knit that stitch, and then we're gonna go down here and purl the next stitch. So we're gonna put our yarn down below our stitch, and we're gonna scoop it up like getting a pearl from the ocean. Take that loop off, pull the old one off here, and put the new loop back on, and then tighten that up a little bit. Okay, but not too tight. And then we're going to E-wrap this one, and then we're going to go down below, and you can leave this unknit here. You can just wait, and we'll knit these over in a second. Go down here and lift that bottom loop up, take the old off, put the new on, E-wrap. So we're going to continue going down and E-wrap and knit all the way down the loom. Okay, so my last stitch, you see, is going to be the same as my first stitch. I'm going to E-wrap that. Okay, so now that I've got that done, okay, I'm going to do the opposite here. I'm going to purl knit like this. So I can go down here and I can purl that first stitch. Don't slip it, which is skipping. So we're going to purl that stitch, and then I'm going to E-wrap knit here. Okay, and then look, I've got this one that I have to knit over from the previous row. It works really nice because I can keep up with my pattern if I do that. I can go down and go, okay, I'm gonna knit the purls and purl the knits, right? See how I'm doing 2 at a time? So I've held on to one from my previous row. Look at that. It makes it speed up, right? So I'm going to E-wrap the empty and go down like I'm going to purl this one that has 2, and I'm going to knit that over and then purl it immediately. It's like a quick, this is a quick seed stitch shortcut. So E-wrap, and then we're going to purl, but we got to knit that stitch over first, or work that stitch, and then we're going to purl, and then we're going to E-wrap, and then we're going to purl. Okay, and so then you're going to continue going back and forth until you get the 6 inches. So that is the loom version. Then you will cut your yarn, or break your yarn after you get the 6 inches. Oh, and you need to end on a row 2. So you're going to finish at the right. Okay, so you're going to, when you finish this second row here, you're going to finish on the right, and then you'll break your yarn like that. You can break it. I just pulled it with my hands. And then you're going to add in your, let's see, make sure I'm at the right thing. Okay. So you do this section first, and then you go in next row, and you're with the right side, you're with C, you're going to knit. So you would get C, come over here. So I did A for contrast. Contrast A was dark gray. And then for C, I'm going to grab almond, and then I'm going to go work a garter stitch, and I'm going to knit. So I need to get my, oops, I grabbed the wrong one. I need to get the right color. Is this Sonoma here? No, this is vintage white, but it's close enough. Nope. Here. I'm just going to use my green. I don't have the right color in front of me, but that's all right. Okay. So then I'm going to start working my color in, and I could even, like, you can tie it in, or you could loosely do it if that's the way you want to do it. You can E-wrap, like starting this way. Instead of doing like a knot, you can end up going here. But the problem is, if you start going, you're going to have these stitches here. Okay, you're going to have double stitches, right? So if my first row is E-wrap, or knit or whatever, you can't pre-wrap with an E-wrap because you've got these left over. So you've got to finish by knitting over all of these on row 2. So you go through, knit those. Just work the stitches, really. Okay, and then I'm going to go through, and I can add my color. I can knot it on there, you know, like tie a knot, or I could just simply start doing it, and then when I come through the next time, I can weave my tails together. So I'm just going to, oops, sorry. I'm trying to battle, like, this is just way too close. Hang on, I gotta screw my screen out. Okay, I'm trying to look through the screen to see what you guys do, and I'm having a hard time. Okay. So we're just going to wrap around like this and E-wrap. I'll show you the quick shortcut, because what this is going to be is on needles, garter stitch is achieved by knitting all rows, because it turns, and on the wrong side row it becomes a purl on the right side. So we have to knit a row and then purl a row. So when you get down here, you knit your stitch, and you can knit over a couple, and then come through, and you're going to purl on your way back. So I'm going to come around here, make sure and do the first stitch, and this is where we purl. Okay, take that loop off, put that on, and now you're going to purl again. Okay, so you're just going to come through and continue to purl all the way down, and then on this one, we want to end on a, let's see, we want to end on a knit row. So we will end, so once you get to 6 inches, you're going to knit all the way to the end here, and then you'll start your bind off on this side. So you'll work your bind off from left to right, and you will have, so you're going to look at the pattern. Okay, you'll have to download the pattern to see how long you knit and alternating the different sections, and then you'll be able to bind off. And I have videos on how to do the basic bind off on my channel, on Good Knit Kisses YouTube channel. And but the way that you do it is, sorry, I had a phone call come in. You knit 2 stitches and then move the second one over to the top, and then lift the bottom loop over the top, and then move this stitch over to the empty one, and then knit the next stitch and move this one over here, lift the bottom over the top and move it down, and you just continue down. So that's how you bind off, but there's a slower video on how to do that. Let me flip the camera and come back. Hey, oh, hang on one second. All right, that light. So anyway, ooh, Summer Cromartie just jumped in, my friend. Hey, Tina. And Tina, you said, I love my tool like yours. My kitten steals my picks from me. Oh my goodness, girl. Naughty kitten. Yeah, this one, you're just talking because it's big and chunky. Yeah, I really enjoy it. There's also another knitting tool that's a knit and purl tool that you guys might like. I would suggest the medium version. I'm not showing it with it because I don't want to confuse people who've never seen it before. So yeah. Oh, I missed it. Christy wrote something big here. Let's see. Wait, what is the sorcery quick seed stitches where you do 2 stitches per peg at once? Why did nobody ever say I could do this? Seed stitch is one of my original favorite stitches. I love it, Christy. That's great. I'm so glad. I'm so glad that you that I was able to show you that. I don't think I've ever shown anybody that, though. I mean, that's such a great point. Yeah. So if you're a loomer, whatever, if you liked that, will you hit the heart? Did you enjoy the quick seed stitch tip? And so you can do the same with, and so basically I was just showing you the shortcut for garter. So there's a shortcut for garter, there's a shortcut for seed. Yay! Oh, look at all the love. See, Christy, great point. All right. I know someone's gonna be like, Kristen, you need a video on just that. Okay. Robin says, hey Robin, I thought the new KB loom finer gauge pegs closer together, although I think the diameter loom is similar. Okay, yeah, you could totally, you could use the finer gauge looms that have the same diameter as these, and then cast on as many stitches that would fit in that area. That might be actually a really good thing. If you have one of those looms, the new KB looms, or one of the Knit UK looms, that's the same diameter as the one that I'm talking about. The new KB loom will do it, the larger one. You could actually put it on top of it and you can see where it would fall for that many stitches. And you can see, oh, this is how many stitches I might need that falls in that. So it's roughly twice as many pegs in that area. So yeah, anyway, so like if it's 13 stitches, then you're gonna need 26, but you need that odd number. Again, if you're using a smaller, finer yarn, then you're gonna need an extra stitch for the seed stitch because it's got to be an odd number, okay? So don't do an even number, please. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. I think I covered everything. So if you just popped on, we covered the Stitches with the Mission friendship bracelet project. Get your bracelets in 1, 2 bracelets. Even just 1 or 2 make a difference. If you get each kid to make one, if you teach kids and you want to have them work on a mission project, this is a great one because you can stick it in like a regular envelope and mail it to me. It's going to go to my post office box. If you'll just do me one favor, I know I've already asked for a favor, but if you will send me a message and say I'm sending you stuff, that way I know to check my my inbox. I got to go travel to the post office to make sure I go get those things. So I need to know that they're coming. If you could just tell me that. And then the other thing is we covered the box stitch knit hat today. You can do it on the needles or on the loom. The easy going knit hat. This is the needle version. This is the loom version. The video and pattern is not out for this yet, but this one is. This is a coming soon. And then there's notes on the blog for loom knitting on this one. And throughout the video, I actually tell you, verbally tell you. So if you want to be like loom knitting a project and listening to this needle video, you could like just have your pattern sitting there and take notes, right? So, and you just listen, hey, for loom knitters, and then take some notes. So just let it play. What else do I need to tell you? I think I've covered everything. Oh, and the brioche. If you're excited about brioche, hit that love button. Remember, it's reversible. Ha ha! 2-color in the round brioche, coming to you on Friday. That's this one, Bernat, Softy Chunky. Then we have the stitch along, of course, Bernat stitch along. And the teaser for the loom knitting was we're going to have 2-color brioche in the round. So I'm so excited. And do you want to know what loom? Who wants to know what loom to use for the 2-color brioche? Are you ready? You need the double knit new rotating loom from KB. It's the only loom on the market that will do it. And we're going to get you a link in here, okay? So there'll be a link in here if you have not got yours already. If you've already ordered yours and you're excited to start a project on it, do it. Get ready, okay? And you're going to want to get 2 balls of each color on the, or you can even try 1 ball of each color for the Bernat Softy Chunky to make this on there. So anyway, love you y'all. I'm so glad you joined me today. Be sure and join me next Monday, and we'll talk about the stitch along. And of course, this Friday is the video coming out. I hope you have a great day. Happy knitting, looming, and crochet. Bye, everyone.